So, must admit, I'm not overly happy with the light wood effect in my new Tesla Y long wheel drive. I much prefer the ones you get in the performance, but I couldn't justify the extra 10 grand just for a couple of strips in the car. So I've gone for these top fit carbon fibre penal cover. So I think that's supposed to be panel, but obviously no doubt shipped in from China. So I'm going to install these and see what they look like. So yeah, in the Model Y long wheel drive, you get these interior coloured strips. Can't say I'm a lover. So let's see how replacing it goes. So they come with these adhesive strips, which I guess you just tear off and stick down. Okay, they are slightly shaped, and I've checked this seems to be the one that goes behind the steering wheel. So I'll show you what they look like in a mo. So that's one done, I think. A little bit of damage on it from the factory. You can just see that. So, but it has stuck down. You have to be a little bit careful to make sure that both ends are not showing the original trim underneath. Of course it comes in two halves, so there will be a join, but I will now stick that one in because that's not done yet. So, and then see what it looks like. So I have just noticed there is an L, which I guess means left, on this one, and that is exactly where I'm placing it. So I have done it right, just by marrying it up and just checking without taking the labels off or the seals off first. So there it is, I've fitted it. What can I say? Okay, so it did take me a couple of attempts to get it lined up properly. I've noticed there is a little bit of a gap, but to be honest, I mean, I'd sooner have that gap than it be buffing up to one another and then forcing it out on the other side here, which would then hit the door panel. So I guess I'm okay with it. One thing which I would say is because of the thickness of this plastic, it's quite hard, it's quite rigid, and there's very little play in it. And as you can see, it doesn't quite marry up with the trim, so you can still see the wood effect trim underneath, but it is right in the corner of the door, and I don't think many people would notice. So I certainly would recommend to the manufacturer making it out of thinner plastic, a bit like they've done with the side seals, which I'll show you shortly. But overall, I think it looks quite good. Much better than the unnatural wood effect, which I really detested. And then when I've married it up with other trim in the car, I think it looked quite good. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, so I've fitted the side trims, and these are definitely thinner plastic. Again, they've got the red adhesive tapes on the back, which you just peel off. They're also labelled left and right, but to be honest, I don't think you could get it wrong. They really actually fit in quite nice. You know, they're perfectly cut to size, and I'm quite pleased with how they fitted. They really do cover the unnatural wood effect really nicely. If I shut the door, can see there is just a slight gap still. One thing you can notice is that, yeah, see, if only they made this one a thinner plastic which wasn't so rigid and would actually shape a little bit better. But you know, I don't think many people would know that they weren't factory fitted. One thing I would say is they are different colours. So this one seems a lot lighter pattern than this one. So I don't know if you can notice that. So one appears slightly greener as well. But other than that, I'd say it almost looks professional. Right, now for the other one. Right, so that's the second one fitted. And yeah. Now that looks good, don't you think? So I'm quite pleased with that. No evidence of horrible unnatural wood in this one. I mean, why Tesla have chosen to put one single strip of wood, well, three strips of wood throughout the whole of the car and then nowhere else. To me it just looked odd. This one obviously fits a lot better and it doesn't click down. So yep, pleased with that. And if I shut the door, you know, they almost line up, which I think is pretty good. So I have had a friend pop over and just after fitting these, and he didn't even know that they weren't factory fitted. So really quite pleased with that. So what do you think? Now for the center console.